CBS News law enforcement contributor Rodney Harrison joins me now. Rodney, thank you for being here. And I'm going to read a little bit more about the policy because I want to ask you about this. I know we're going to be dissecting this over the days, weeks, and months to come. But according to DHS policy, the use of deadly force must be objectively reasonable in light of the facts and circumstances. And the guidelines go on to say, officers may use deadly force only when necessary, when the law enforcement officer has a reasonable belief that the subject of such force poses an imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury to the law enforcement officer or another person. Deadly force cannot be used to stop someone who is fleeing, though it is authorized when an officer believes that someone who's trying to escape poses a serious threat to the officer or others. Will this come down to the state of mind of the officer in question?
Absolutely. But the one thing that I think that I did not hear you say is, was there a reasonable alternative? And just based upon the video and the things that I've seen and through my 30 years in law enforcement experience, what I saw was there was a possible alternative for the officer. I am concerned about some of the tactics, the officer, the agent standing in front of the vehicle. But then it comes down to the officer, and did he feel that a judgment needed to be made regarding stopping what he might have deemed a deadly physical assault on himself. So there should be an external independent investigation from the Minnesota State Attorney's Office, but there are some concerns regarding the policies. There are some concerns regarding the tactics, and unfortunately, the most important thing, there needs to be a stronger level of sympathy for the Good family, for the life that was lost in this incident.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what you see is a lot of finger pointing. A lot of people are making accusations that this subject, Mrs. Good, was using the vehicle to ram the agent, but you don't hear any sympathy from the administration towards the family. So, when you have incidents like this, this is what stirs up protests that turn into violent protests that may even rise to another level. So one of the best things that needs to happen here is, one, be a little bit more transparent, a little bit more sympathetic, and then also take a look at if there is a need for accountability.
Let's talk about the accountability part. We heard Governor Walz say it feels now very difficult that we will get a fair outcome because people in positions of power, from the president to the vice president to Noam, have told you things that are verifiably false. We know the Minnesota Bureau of Investigation said the FBI is blocking the agency from accessing key information. How typical or atypical is that?
Well, this is an uncommon occurrence. I can't recall an incident where you had a federal agent using deadly physical force in a situation like this. But I will say this, there definitely needs to be, and I shared this before, an independent investigation from the state attorney's office, somebody that could take a closer look at it. And once again is this, I don't want to sit here and challenge the officers as of yet. He might have felt that his life was in danger and there was a need for him to use deadly physical force. Further investigation will reveal the truth, but there's still a lot more answers, questions that need to be answered going forward regarding the policy, the tactics, and could something else alternatively been done to avoid this incident from occurring the way he did.
At this point, do you think that whether it's the FBI or the state attorney general's office doing this investigation, do you think that that will satisfy the public at large? You said that there needs to be an independent investigation, but there is so much distrust right now from either side, depending on where you sit on the political aisle.
And it's going to get worse because what you're seeing is, once again, a lot of finger pointing, a lot of people on both sides blaming the other party, and nobody's taking into consideration the family that lost a loved one. And if we could kind of get a little bit more of a better job of engagement, understanding, sympathy, I think there could be a little bit of a better trust factor going forward. But as of right now, what you're hearing from the administration and the other things of that seem to be somewhat even callous how can the public go forward trusting that something that there will be an appropriate investigation regarding the incident that happened in Minneapolis?
Rodney Harrison, thank you.